Hello everyone, welcome back to BingeByte TV. Today, we're diving into one of the most heartwarming romantic comedy drama films of 2026, Voicemails for Isabelle, written and directed by Leah McKendrick, with an impressive IMDb rating of 7.6. But before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more movie explanations and ending breakdowns. Imagine this. What if the person you loved the most was gone forever, but you kept talking to them every single day? That's the emotional heart of Voicemails for Isabelle. Through heartfelt voicemail messages, unforgettable memories, and unexpected relationships, the film tells a touching story about love, loss, family, and finding the strength to move forward. So, without any further delay, let's dive into the complete story of Voicemails for Isabelle. Let's begin from the very start. The story opens with Jill remembering her childhood. She recalls an embarrassing moment from school when a boy cruelly mocked her after a childish crush. The teasing quickly becomes more painful because other children make fun of her sister Isabelle's illness, saying she smells sick and doesn't belong with them. From the very beginning, the movie establishes that Isabelle's life has never been ordinary. She has been battling cystic fibrosis, a severe genetic disease that gradually damages her lungs and makes even simple breathing a challenge. While other children worry about homework or playground games, Isabelle grows up surrounded by hospitals, medicines, oxygen tubes, and medical appointments. But despite all of this, Isabelle refuses to become bitter. She develops a habit of finding something positive in every bad situation. Instead of asking why life is unfair, she focuses on making the most of every single day. That optimistic attitude becomes one of the strongest themes throughout the film. Years later, the story shifts to San Francisco, where Jill now lives independently. She has moved away from home to chase a dream that seems almost impossible. Jill works in a professional bakery and hopes that one day she will become a contestant and eventually a winner on the famous cooking competition Top Chef. Unfortunately, reality is far less glamorous. Instead of creating beautiful desserts, she spends most of her working hours cutting fruit, removing seeds, measuring ingredients, cleaning workstations, and following endless instructions from Chef Bastien. Every mistake is criticized, and every employee dreams of getting promoted. Chef Bastien constantly reminds the staff that perfection is the only acceptable standard. Even finding a single hair in a dessert becomes a disaster inside the kitchen. Jill often jokes about how robotic her work has become. She laughs that even a machine could probably replace her. Still, she refuses to quit because she believes this difficult job is only the first step towards something bigger. Outside the bakery, Jill's real source of happiness is her older sister. The sisters talk constantly. No matter how busy they are, they always find time to call each other. Their conversations are filled with jokes, teasing, awkward dating stories, childhood memories, and encouragement whenever one of them feels discouraged. Their relationship doesn't feel like two sisters. It feels like two best friends who know absolutely everything about each other. Whenever Jill has a bad day at work, she immediately calls her sister. Whenever her sister feels lonely, Jill is there to make her laugh. Their conversations are filled with ridiculous humor, but underneath every joke is genuine love. During the conversations, Isabelle tells her sister that she has received her medical reports and doctors tell her that her lungs have deteriorated significantly. Her condition has become so serious that she is officially being placed on the lung transplant waiting list. When Isabelle shares this news with her sister, the reaction is immediate. Her sister wants to cancel everything, book a flight, and come see her right away. But Isabelle refuses. She doesn't want everyone around her to treat her like she's dying. Instead, she jokes that doctors have underestimated her many times before, and she'll probably prove them wrong again. She tells her sister to wait until Thanksgiving because they'll have plenty of time together. Although Isabelle sounds confident, viewers can already sense that she is hiding her fears behind humor. One day, Jill receives an emergency phone call asking her to come to the hospital immediately. The atmosphere inside the hospital becomes frighteningly quiet. Isabelle passes away. The loss completely shatters her family. Jill cannot accept what has happened. She keeps asking where Isabelle is, hoping someone will tell her this is all a mistake. During Isabelle's funeral, Jill gives an emotional speech unlike anything anyone expects. Instead of blaming fate, she chooses gratitude. She says that Isabelle could have been born centuries earlier or centuries later, but somehow she became part of their family. They were lucky enough to grow up together. They shared pancakes, childhood games, secrets, laughter, and countless memories that nobody can ever take away. Even though Isabelle's life was painfully short, it was filled with extraordinary love. That perspective transforms the funeral from pure sadness into a celebration of Isabelle's beautiful spirit. Months pass. Life continues moving forward for everyone else. But Jill cannot let go. She still reaches for her phone whenever something funny happens. She still wants to tell Isabelle about bad dates, work problems, random strangers, and beautiful sunsets. Then she discovers something unexpected. Instead of deleting Isabelle's old phone number, she begins leaving voicemail messages. Every voicemail becomes another conversation with her sister. She talks exactly as if Isabelle is still listening. She tells her about lonely nights in San Francisco, her frustrating job, funny encounters with strangers, and everything happening in her life. She knows Isabelle will never answer. But speaking those words aloud somehow makes the pain a little easier to carry. Without realizing it, these voicemails begin changing not only her own life but also the lives of complete strangers who accidentally become connected to Isabelle's memory. And this emotional twist becomes the true beginning of the movie's unforgettable journey. As the story moves forward, the film introduces a completely unexpected twist. While Isabelle's sister continues leaving heartfelt voicemails on what she believes is her late sister's old phone number, she has no idea that the number has already been reassigned. Now, every voicemail is secretly reaching a stranger. That stranger is Wes, a young real estate professional whose company recently issued him the phone number that once belonged to Isabelle. At first, Wes is simply confused. He keeps receiving emotional voice messages from a woman talking to someone named Isabelle. The messages range from funny stories about work and terrible dates to heartbreaking confessions about grief and loneliness. Wes initially thinks it's a simple mistake and plans to ignore them. However, as the messages continue arriving, curiosity slowly turns into empathy. Without ever meeting the caller, Wes begins to understand the deep pain hidden behind her cheerful voice. He realizes that every voicemail is a way for a grieving sister to keep her bond with Isabelle alive. One of Jill's former friends, Tyler, co-hosts a dating podcast that gives relationship advice to thousands of listeners. The podcast presents Tyler as someone who understands modern romance and emotional responsibility. Ironically, his own personal life is becoming increasingly complicated. One of his previous romantic interests publicly accuses him of making false promises, disappearing after intimacy, and behaving exactly like the kind of men his podcast criticizes. The confrontation reaches its peak during a live audience recording. In front of everyone, the woman challenges Tyler, arguing that women are constantly expected to be responsible in relationships while men easily escape accountability. Her emotional speech receives loud applause from the audience. Tyler is left speechless. Instead of defending himself, he finally begins accepting that he has made mistakes in the past. This public humiliation becomes an important turning point in his character. He starts questioning the image he has created of himself. Meanwhile, Jill continues leaving voicemail after voicemail. Some messages are funny. She complains about coworkers, bad customers, awkward dates, and embarrassing situations. Other messages are devastating. She admits how lonely she feels. She wonders how she's supposed to celebrate birthdays, holidays, and family traditions without Isabelle. Sometimes she simply sits near the Golden Gate Bridge, talking to the voicemail as if Isabelle were sitting beside her on the bench. She imagines sharing sandwiches, discussing the weather, laughing at strangers, and pretending nothing has changed. These scenes become the emotional heart of the film. In the closing scenes, Wes joins her on the same bench where so many voicemail conversations took place. For the first time, she isn't talking to an empty space. Someone is actually sitting beside her. The silence between them feels peaceful rather than lonely. Neither of them realizes that fate has already connected their lives. Their first meeting is filled with awkward humor. Wes tries to appear confident, but stumbles over his words, while she makes it very clear that she isn't looking for a serious relationship. She openly tells him that she has taken a break from men because heartbreak has become exhausting. Instead of getting offended, Wes laughs at himself, making their conversation feel surprisingly natural. For the first time in months, she genuinely smiles without forcing it. As they spend more time together, Wes slowly falls for her. He admires her intelligence, sarcasm, determination, and ability to find humor even after unimaginable loss. But there is one enormous secret standing between them. Wes has been listening to every voicemail she has unknowingly left on Isabelle's old number. Although he never intended to invade her privacy, he cannot bring himself to admit the truth. He worries that revealing the secret will destroy the trust growing between them. So he says nothing. And every day, that silence becomes heavier. As at his friend's wedding, Jill tries to leave another voicemail for Isabelle but discovers that the number she has been calling now belongs to Wes. Discovering something shocking, Wes finally admits that he has been listening to the voicemails Isabelle left before she died. Jill is heartbroken because those messages were deeply personal. She feels betrayed and tells Wes that he had no right to hear them. Wes apologizes and explains that he never meant to hurt her. He says everything happened by accident after he received Isabelle's old phone number from his office. He wanted to tell Jill the truth earlier, but he was afraid of losing her. Jill becomes emotional and says that Wes completely misunderstood her pain. She explains that she never wished for a boyfriend. All she ever wanted was her little sister, Isabelle, back. This heartbreaking conversation ends their relationship as Jill walks away in tears. After separating from Wes, Jill decides to focus on herself instead of her heartbreak. Remembering how much Isabelle believed in her, she enters a baking competition to chase her dream. The competition is filled with skilled bakers, and the pressure is intense. Jill feels nervous, but she gives her best. While preparing her dessert, she wants to create something special that reflects her emotions and memories of Isabelle. When Chef Bastien tastes her dish, he criticizes her for taking creative risks instead of following traditional methods. Chef Bastien keeps criticizing Jill and treating the contestants harshly. Finally, Jill speaks up. She tells him that baking isn't just about perfect recipes, it's about passion, love, and creating memories for people. She also points out that Chef Bastien acts differently behind the scenes than he does in front of everyone. The room goes silent. Although Jill doesn't win the competition, she walks away with something more important: confidence. She finally believes in her own talent and decides to follow her own path. After the competition, Jill opens her own food truck to keep Isabelle's memory alive through food. The beginning isn't easy. She gets very few customers, and one day, an electrical problem even causes a small fire in the truck. For a moment, Jill feels like giving up, but with encouragement from her friends, she repairs the truck and moves it to a better location. Slowly, more people start visiting. They love not only her food, but also the care and happiness she puts into every dish. Little by little, Jill's dream finally starts coming true. Meanwhile, Wes still feels guilty about everything that happened. When he learns that Isabelle's old voicemails have been lost, he decides to help Jill recover them. He asks one of his tech-savvy friends if there's any way to get the messages back. Even though the process is difficult and risky, Wes doesn't give up because he knows how important those memories are to Jill. He also continues leaving heartfelt voicemails on Isabelle's old number. In those messages, he apologizes for his mistakes and promises that if Jill ever gives him another chance, he will always stand by her. Months later, Jill's food truck becomes successful, while Wes still regrets losing her. On New Year's Eve, Jill listens to one of Isabelle's final messages and realizes that her sister wanted her to move forward instead of living in grief. At the same time, Wes gathers the courage to meet Jill. He honestly tells her that he loves her deeply and never wants to hurt her again. He explains that he knows she doesn't need someone to save her, but he hopes she'll let him be part of her life. Jill sees that Wes has truly changed. She forgives him, and the two share an emotional reunion. As fireworks light up the sky, Jill feels that Isabelle is finally at peace, watching over them with a smile. The movie ends with a powerful message about love, forgiveness, and healing. Jill learns that moving on doesn't mean forgetting Isabelle, it means carrying her love forever while continuing to live life. Wes also learns that true love means honesty, patience, and accepting responsibility for your mistakes. Together, they begin a new chapter, proving that even after deep loss, hope and happiness can return. Sometimes the greatest goodbye isn't letting someone go. It's learning to keep living because of the love they left behind. If you enjoyed this review and explanation, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our breakdowns, reviews, and explanations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next movie review.